Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk a little bit about just one of the core memories that I had written down, and something that I went through in my life that was really crazy, and it caused me a lot of stress and a lot of deep sadness. A lot of my stuff's positive, and I really do think that you should hold on to hope. But this is just kind of an example of one of the things that I went through in my life, and I think it's really important to kind of share that just to get that out there. And so what had happened was I had gotten in trouble at my mom's, and just some conflict, and I ended up getting kicked out. And I ended up in foster care for a little while, which was really bad. I ended up getting them fired because they treated me so poorly. But my dad actually rescued me from that, and he rescued me from having to live a life with pretty much strangers. But getting kicked out at 14, it felt like my whole world flipped overnight, and nothing to me felt stable anymore. I was going through a bunch of sadness because I pretty much lost all my friends. I pretty much lost, there was a girl that I was talking to, and that's like the core part of this is that girl she pretty much ghosted me. Like, she was like telling me, "Oh, I want to be with you" and all this stuff. And then when it came down to it, when I tried to reach out to her after I moved in with my dad, she pretty much just ghosted me entirely, and it was really difficult for me. And I just I just remember being shattered because this person that I had fallen in love with just basically completely ghosted me, and it made me really really freaking sad. And I just felt empty. And moving in with my dad, it didn't fix that emptiness, you know? The scenery might have changed, but in general, it was just the same empty feeling. I ended up like writing a lot of songs and stuff like that as well. But yeah, mostly like poems and pictures and stuff like that. And I was just kind of drawing, you know, putting my pain into art. And that's what I ended up doing. And um I ended up like the poems and the art kind of helped, but it was still very rough. And just losing my friends at that time, and nobody pretty much sticking around. I had like a couple people reach out on Facebook, but it wasn't a lot. And yeah, and that girl that ghosted me, I just felt like I was being erased, you know? And sorry if this video's a little all over the place. I do have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But yeah, I cried for days straight, bro. And there were so many times I listened to sad music and all that. But yeah, I didn't know exactly where they were coming from or why they were happening. It just kept coming. And to go back to the poems, that kind of helped me say everything that I wanted to say without actually saying it out loud, you know? But it was really rough. Um, the drawing of the pictures kind of helped me, put all that into art, which was really important. I know I kind of just said that, but yeah, that's just the pictures and the poems really helped. So if you're ever going through something like that, I highly recommend, drawing pictures, and just doing everything you can to like heal, because when you go through something like that, healing is the most important, doing things that are going to soothe you, doing things that are going to kind of channel that pain. I think that's really important. And to kind of end things in a positive light, just make the most of the time that you have, because things can change overnight. And I know that for a fact. And like, focus on your healing. Focus on maybe creating something. Find a hobby. Another thing that really got me through a lot of stuff at that time was playing video games. I remember playing Mass Effect. I remember playing Oblivion. I remember playing. God, I think I played Fallout 3 as well, and all the DLC, which, those games really helped me get through one of the hardest points in my life. And I think that's really important. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for this one. Um, yeah, just stay positive and don't let life beat you down too hard. And I'll see you in the next one.